Right. I mean, I was very happy being single, so was Bo. So you need to be happy in your own skin and your own life.
That's the first thing.
And I wanted, number one, a Christian man, and found out that I couldn't, I mean, he had to be aligned politically. That I feel like that's very important in our lives. And someone, for me, it was important that someone that's active, likes to do things, likes to get out and socialize. And Bo fits that. Oh, he's also, which is so funny, I wanted a handyman. And he's quite a handyman on steroids. He's helped me with my yard and my house and everything. And so that was like, I couldn't believe how important that really is to me.
Americans are capable of achieving extraordinary things when they have the freedom and opportunity to do so. This is American Potential.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the American Potential Podcast. I'm your host, David Fromm. You know, some love stories start online, others with a simple conversation. The story we're sharing today started with volunteering. These two showed up to serve and ended up finding each other. While volunteering, they became friends, fell in love, and then got married. And here's the part that makes the story even better. They're both in their 70s. So with Valentine's Day this weekend, we wanted to share a VOLentine story with you. I want to welcome Pat Sterck and Bo Bolling to the podcast. Pat, Bo, thanks so much for joining us. I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you for having us, David.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we wanted to, highlight your story because it's just fun. It's heartwarming. You know, we know each other from me spending some time in New Mexico. You guys are based out in Albuquerque and are kind of fixtures at the Albuquerque office, always helping and working and advancing freedom, alongside our team there. And so I was like, oh, Valentine's Day. That I know there's this great story in New Mexico that we should see if they want to talk about the love that they found. I like to say love at the phone bank.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, so Pat, just to set it up, you grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? And maybe step back. How have you seen Albuquerque change over the years you've lived there?
Well, I was born and raised here, lived here for 40 years, moved up to Wyoming, lived there for 30 years, raised my kids there, and really saw, growing up in Albuquerque was wonderful. I mean, we played out in the streets and didn't come home till the sun came down, and walked to school every day, and it was just wonderful moving away and then coming back 30 years later. Oh my gosh, it was just heartbreaking what I saw. I mean, first thing you see is a lot of homelessness, and the crime rate is high, and the schools are not doing well at all. So, I mean, I just thought I need to do something about this. And long story short, I started getting involved with Americans for Prosperity because they are boots on the ground. And that's what I find I like to do, is relate to people and talk to people one-to-one.
How did you initially, what was the first thing you did where you decided, hey, I'm going to come alongside Americans for Prosperity and help them out?
Well, the first thing I did was feed the homeless, actually. And the more I got involved with them, I did that for about 2 years, feeding them and clothing them. I got a New Mexico Dream Center, got involved with them, and realized that it's really our government that holds these people in poverty because of all the laws. I mean, they taught me a lot, actually. And so I thought, well, the way to really help is to get involved politically. And that's when I started getting involved in Americans for Prosperity, because they have a genuine care for the people, and policies, good policies. So I found that the more I got involved with them, the more I agreed with their political stand and their policies. So that's how I got started, actually.
Hey, so, Bo, how did you come to be in an Americans of Prosperity office?
Well, I was invited by Pat. We went to the same Bible study group, and I had seen her there and seen how friendly she was, and that she loved people and loved working and trying to better New Mexico and the country. And we wound up not seeing each other for a while, and then at church they had a biblical, what was that called? Constitutional class. And we met there again, and Pat invited me to the meeting at AFP, a Taco Tuesday. So I came over there and listened and learned and decided, yes, this is what I want to be doing too. I've always been political, sometimes too much, I guess. But so wound up going to the phone banks and just enjoyed letting people know information, letting them know some truth and what's going on, and that there are people that are trying to make America better again.
So what I hear you saying is that the pathway to love for you guys was tacos, the Constitution, and volunteering with Americans for Prosperity.
That really brought us together there, along with the Lord. But yeah, we just grew from there. We started spending a lot of time together, and just fell in love. She's a very lovable person. She likes people, and she's so just. It's just been great knowing her. And then we decided one day I asked her to marry me. And that was we wound up getting married on Thanksgiving. It was her family.
That's fabulous. Something to be super thankful for.
Yes.
Constantly thankful. Yes. But,
well, so I kind of think, one of the things that strikes me is, well, you're totally right about Pat. I mean, Pat, I've known you better. I've known you from being in the office, and just a warm, outgoing personality. And when I heard that you guys had fallen in love and were getting married, I was so excited for you. I have seen your wedding video, by the way. It's a total thrill, and I love it. Maybe we can drop it in at some point.
That is
fun. But it's interesting because I kind of sometimes wonder if when you go and volunteer for something like Americans of Prosperity, or really other organizations that are mission driven, you're kind of putting your heart out there a little bit. It's something has spurred you to help a fellow human being or seek connection through mission. Churches are like this certainly too, right? And maybe even a deeper way. And it strikes me that you two, I wonder if your hearts were out there because you met at church and part of an organization that's trying to, work on values that you value, that you believe in. So I've wondered if it sets you up a little, if you're set up, you're leaning in for love a little bit.
Most definitely. What I have found is that in meeting people, you're attracted to different people, different personalities. And if they didn't align with me politically, I just couldn't. That's huge to me. It was just so huge to me. And, I had met Bo through church and thought he was a nice man. And then when he came into the Constitution class, I thought, is this guy political? And he definitely, I started talking with him after the meetings, and we aligned perfectly. And so I just knew he'd be a perfect fit for Americans for Prosperity, and invited him to phone banking. and that was every Tuesday and Thursday at the time. And it gave us another opportunity to see each other. And the more we saw each other, the more we got involved with each other. And that really sparked our interest. And Americans for Prosperity is so personalized too. They when we got engaged, they gave us a little engagement party, which is really nice.
That was great.
Yeah, was it they're at the Albuquerque office on Central?
Yeah, at the office in between phone calls, and
Nice.
and everyone toasted. And we had a cake and ice cream and balloons, and
It was very fun.
yes, it was so sweet.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Just a good group of people. All these volunteers that are just trying to improve the state and the country. People have got to get involved.
Yeah, I'm always struck when I meet groups of folks volunteering at different offices I go to. They're all unique and they're all special in their own way. And but it's a way that people build lasting friendships, not always lasting relationships or certainly marriages. But you guys are top of the food chain on that one. But I do think it's really cool to be with people who care about our country or their community and are doing something to make a difference. I think it forges people together. What are some of the issues that you've enjoyed working on with AFP?
Well, we were working on phone calling, things like that, and going door to door, and we were working on I think 8 different candidates. We supported 8 different candidates in New Mexico, and out of 8 candidates, 6 of them were elected. So we felt that we were doing something positive. And so when you can see results like that, not only that, but Americans for Prosperity really makes you feel like a little family. We became a family. Everyone there that volunteers, you see them not just at the office, but out working and getting involved in the community, and we rely on each other for help in that respect. So
Pat has recruited quite a few volunteers from our group, and so we're together quite often with the others.
Oh yes,
yeah, that's great.
Outside, still to this day, outside Americans for Prosperity, we get together and go to lunch and things like that.
Yeah,
socially.
That's awesome. Well, so just tell me a little bit of what it's like. So you've had full lives before you met one another, but now you have this new life together. In addition, what's it like?
It's been great. It's been great not being alone and being with somebody that thinks the same way. So, and we also go for motorcycle rides in the Christian CMA, Christian Motorcycle Association. So try to be involved in a lot of different areas. So,
yeah, we're finding out that we think so much alike. It almost is.
Yes.
It's kind of interesting, kind of scary. We've only been married for about a year now, and Bo has said more times than not that we just think so much alike that sometimes that's the only thing that gets in our way of our relationship. But we do focus on
spreading the word, both words.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any advice that you have for folks who are who either don't know if they'll find love or are kind of at a different stage in life and trying to wonder hey, is there a right person out there? I mean, we are talking about this on Valentine's Day.
Right. I mean, I was very happy being single. So was Bo. So you need to be happy in your own skin and your own life.
That's the first thing.
And I wanted number one, a Christian man, and found out that I couldn't. I mean, he had to be aligned politically. That I think I feel like that's very important in our lives, and someone For me, it was important that as someone that's active, likes to do things, likes to get out and socialize. And Bo fits that. Oh, he's also, which is so funny. I wanted a handyman, and he's quite a handyman on steroids. He's helped me with my yard and my house and everything. And so that was like, I couldn't believe how important that really is to me. So I think above all, you need to have a lot of personality in common.
Mm.
Yeah. Some practical aspects to love, like getting a handyman.
That was one of the first things I was looking for, was a good Christian woman that was political and willing to ride on a motorcycle. So everything's been really, really great.
That's wonderful.
I didn't even know the motorcycle walk was a thing, really, and it's been a big part of Bo's life since he was, a teenager.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, New Mexico is a wonderful place to ride a motorcycle, man. Good weather, beautiful, wide open spaces. Yeah, that's pretty fabulous.
That's pretty much what brought me here. I was living in Las Vegas, Nevada, construction, before I moved here. And so I was single for, 15 years. And just my dog and me.
I was single for 22 years, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you guys. So hey, tell me a little bit about, like I said, I'd seen video of your wedding celebration. Maybe just tell me a little bit about, like, how'd that play out? It just seemed like such a joyous thing. I know some of the team members from AFP were there. How did that kind of come to be?
A little bit surprising that such a big ado was made. It was just really heartwarming to see everybody there so happy for us and things. So.
Yes, we decided, just since we've been married before, our spouses have passed away, and considering our age, we didn't want anything really huge. So I usually have my family over for Thanksgiving, and my nephew, who's in his 50s, is a pastor, and so we asked him to marry us. So we got married between turkey and
dessert.
I just yes,
Yeah.
and it was fun. And actually, we were babysitting for Bobby's little dog, Bobby and Dennis's little dog, and Sarah's little dog. And Sarah's little dog just knew something was happening, so he comes and follows me in the back while I get dressed, ready for the ceremony, and he follows me out, which I didn't realize he followed me out, and he sits there right in front of the pastor. He was my maid of honor. Sarah's little
Sir Lancelot the dog. How great.
Yes, Lancelot.
Yeah.
Little Lance was my maid of honor.
That's wonderful. You can't do any better. That's good. Well, I'm so happy for you guys. I mean, it's so cool to just see stories like this. Like, love's always there for us. And, I think that the fact that, like, you really kind of rooted your lives in your faith and use that to kind of go and look for someone to share that with is wonderful. I guess as we kind of close out, what, you guys are both still really active volunteers with Americans for Prosperity. And, you've taken that step to try to get involved and make your communities, your nation better. What would each of you say about, like, if someone was not sure whether they really wanted to get involved, how would you encourage them, or what advice would you give them to taking that first step to go and get involved and work for their community?
Give it a try, and you'd be surprised. The information we've been given through AFP it's just been amazing. We had a great speaker yesterday, he really gave us the information for dealing with the issues going on at the Capitol and things, and how to contact the senators and the Congress people. So it's been a wealth of information, and that's what people will find if they'll come and give it a try, come and listen a few times and just get involved. It's habit forming. Once you start seeing that you can make a difference, it's just great.
Yes, Bobby runs the office and on the volunteer side for Americans for Prosperity, and again, she had a gathering yesterday that was very educational, and so they prepare you. You find out more about not just being thrown out there cold. They train you up, and they tell you exactly where we're at as a state, within the state, and also comparing to other states. So it's quite informative. They do a good job at that.
Well, I'm happy to hear it. Bobby Curtis, your good friend, and one of our engagement directors there in Albuquerque, is just one of the best in the country. She's also one of the all-time best people, but she's just really so good at her job. She has such a heart for people and for fighting for our nation and our community, and that makes for a really good employee for Americans for Prosperity. So she's an engine and a force to be reckoned with, and you guys are key parts of her community. And I'm just so happy that you guys could share your story with us, that I've been able to kind of watch some of it. It's so fun. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're grateful for Americans for Prosperity for helping bring us together.
Yes. Yep.
Yay. Well, hopefully we'll make that happen more often. We'll get a lot more activists, I guess.
Yes.
All right,
we're planning on it, on our radar for sure, on our calendar.
Thank you, David. Have a great day.
You too. Happy Valentine's Day.
You.
Well, hey, folks, if you like this episode and would like to stay connected with the podcast, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Always remember, liberty and freedom are easily taken for granted. Don't take them for granted. Go out there and defend freedom and liberty. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to American Potential. You may listen to more stories from Americans working every day to expand freedom and opportunity in their communities by visiting AmericanPotential.com.